What's up, guys? Nerdlocker.com back again with our massive Marvel movie news segment of news.
Yeah, it's a lot of news.
It's been a minute.
It's been a while. It's been
since
a while.
we talked.
And I think that's mainly why we have so much news. Also because Marvel has a ton of things to talk about.
And it's like they just keep dropping information. Yeah. They don't stop telling people things.
It's like a blitzkrieg.
But first, let's talk about Iron Man 3, which is out in theaters right now.
Yeah.
And it is just decimating.
Totally pulling in the second biggest weekend, opening day weekend.
What
after
are they projecting?
the
what is
Avengers?
it, next week? There's projecting
like
how much? 7?
Well, I mean, like it's like already at like 680 million that they made. By the time you see this, probably it'll be around $1 billion.
Which is
They're expecting
insane.
it to hit that.
That's
part
like a made-up number
for a third installment of something. Like another thing, Kevin Feige was talking about is that this franchise, Iron Man in particular, has the capability, and I think it's completely true. He wants to see it become like James Bond, where it's like 23, 30. Like you get like so many versions of that, but that character can totally be someone else.
Tony Stark is that character you can do because of the different armors and because of the technology. You can continue to grow on that.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, you can pretty much do that with Thor. You can do that with Captain America. There's been different iterations of Thor, and there's back doors to restart and reboot that whole thing.
Absolutely.
Captain America would be a little harder, but I mean, they got Winter Soldier coming.
Yeah, which he also talked about. We got Winter Soldier in the next movie for sure. I mean, Falcon. That's the title. But yeah, Falcon, Black Widow's going to be playing a big part. Nick Fury's going to be playing a big part, and so will the seasoned S.H.I.E.L.D. vet,
played by Robert Redford.
Yeah. I mean, I like everything they're saying about this movie because it just sounds like a great spy film.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm stoked about.
That's what. In the last couple of years, that's how Captain America has been really fun in the comic books, and I think it could translate perfectly.
Because he's a soldier,
but he also works for, being that he's from the past, and he worked for the OSS, which was essentially the CIA. Or became the CIA, and I mean that's pretty much what he works for, like a superhero version of that. So of course it's like super espionage. It's awesome.
But I like that they're really giving these different movies these different feelings, like the new Thor movie, which we also went on to talk about, said he's giving it
Alan Taylor, who we have to say directed many episodes of Game of Thrones, some very good ones, but he's just an all-around great director. But they're saying he's giving it more of a Tolkien feel, more of a
and that's what I want to see,
real feel, and that's perfect. That's exactly what
I want in a Thor film.
All of them. I think that's what we need in all of them, but Thor specifically, so that way you get that god more grounded into like a human role.
And I mean, the first movie was good, but it was that like super fantastic superhero movie, which was a lot of fun. But I like the idea that we're going to be spending
with swords and hammers. And
I like that we're spending more time in Asgard. I like that idea. They also wanted to ask Kevin Feige what he thought about the Justice League delay at Warner Brothers and how he would handle that. And he basically said, you got to believe in the characters. You can't be afraid to use the history that they have and stay true to the history that they have. Which I thought was interesting, but I mean, I'd ask him. I mean, look at his track record compared to Warner Brothers.
But he's just one of the guys behind the curtain that has the ideas. I think the biggest problem, and this goes for comic book writers, movie writers, anything in general, if you're writing something that's established and take for instance Superman, he's a character that has so much power and potential. People don't want to ruin that and don't want to ruin his image and don't want to do bad things to this character, but in the end, that's usually what makes the best stories. It's the stories that take the most risks and come out on top in the end. Like, oh my god, that was still really good. Yeah, they did some crazy stuff, but it paid off really well. Not just, they did some crazy stuff, and that was really questionable and weird. Yeah. Like Jeff Johns, his entire run on Green Lantern has been like, whoa, what is he doing here? But it all turns out to be completely legit. Yeah, exactly. So I feel like anyone can make a great Superman movie. Anyone can make a great Flash movie. Anyone can make a great Wonder Woman movie. It just needs to be set up the right way. And I'm glad they haven't done a terrible version of any of those movies. Because that would just kill it. That would kill it worse than anything. It's kind of like Catwoman. Yeah. Oh. Enough said.
And I know what you're thinking. We're done with Marvel movie news. We're not done with Marvel movie news. They have more. They recently
just-
got back the rights to Ghost Rider,
Boom.
Punisher,
And
Blade,
Daredevil.
and Daredevil.
Yeah. Oh, I thought
I was going to save that one.
I totally
'cause
forgot
was-
about Blade.
Oh, well,
Oh my God.
so 4 of them. But I guess there's no immediate plans to do anything with these characters right now because I guess the tone doesn't fit the House of Mouse, Disney, and all that, and blah blah
Whatever.
blah.
Whatever.
Listen,
They made Kingdom.
you don't have to integrate this into the Avengers movie. I don't want to see the Punisher in the Avengers movie. He
Unless
doesn't
it's
fit.
like Civil War 20 years from now.
Yeah, but like Ghost
There's no
Rider
reason
too.
you should
I
do
don't need
that.
to see Ghost Rider in.
They have ties to the Marvel Universe. They're within
It's cool
there,
to establish
but they're
that they're all
not
there, but-
Like have Ghost Rider and Daredevil and Blade explain the mysticism and
darker-
tie to Doctor Strange. That would be cool.
Like the darker versions of
Yeah.
everything. They said it's a little too violent for what these movies are, but I don't. Who cares? You have the rights. You're making great movies. We don't need everything to be part of the phase for the next Avengers movie. You have the rights to these movies. Just push them out. Let's see a good Daredevil movie.
That's, I mean, if you think about it, we're going to probably have to wait until after Avengers 2, at least, maybe even
Before you hear anything.
the end of the Avengers franchise. So that way people can see that it's not just a fad, that these superhero movies, these comic book movies, are just something that's big right now. Everyone's going to get bored of them and played out. As long as they're consistently great, consistently good, and they have great acting, great characters, great backgrounds, great everything. What's making these movies awesome?
Exactly.
As long as that's consistent, I think we can totally have a Punisher movie that's made with Disney money, not necessarily at Disney, but Disney money.
Please get
Disney graphics, that would be awesome.
I mean, if you have a good Punisher story, make it into a movie.
But to be fair, Punisher and Blade, and if you're going into Ghost Rider, if you're really going to go into Ghost Rider the right way, he's an agent of hell. Like he's Spawn, pretty much. Like he's a good guy, but he's a bad guy. But it's still
darker it's darker
hell.
things.
He sells his soul, bro. Come on, that's pretty. It's not Disney.
You don't get much darker.
It's not
than
Disney.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, doesn't Disney own Dimension?
Yeah, I mean they own
they do horror.
They own
movies.
a ton of other things that they can totally do it at, and it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's just right now.
Yeah.
It sucks.
You know what?
Whatever.
Above anything, Ghost Rider, all that. I'm excited Daredevil's back because I feel like you could still make a Daredevil movie.
Daredevil can be in the Avengers. Daredevil can be in the background of the Avengers. Daredevil
Exactly.
can help make that universe seem more full just by having the name and just by having the character kind of there. Doesn't have to be.
I'm totally
a full
agreeing
movie.
with you, buddy.
We'll
So
see what
actually, that is all the Marvel
That's
news
it,
we
yeah.
have. That now we're done.
Massive load of Marvel news.
Next week we'll probably have more massive Marvel movie news extravaganza. Counter with a K talk time.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what they release.